Hi everyone, my name is Kim.
And my name is Amir,
We are students from Centro Escolar University Makati.
Graduate School of Business Administration.
And we're here to talk about intellectual property of the Philippines. Last week, we were able to visit the Office of the Intellectual Property of the Philippines in Taguig. And we met a lot of different employees there, as well as we learned so much about historical background, functions, and procedures on application for patents, trademarks, and copyrights.
So that's right. So we interviewed Ms. Hussein from Trademark Division and Ms. Malu from Information and Training Division.
I work as a librarian here at IPO. So I am under the Intellectual Property Information Dissemination and Training Division of this office. And part of our work is doing public awareness on IP.
Let's start with a definition of intellectual property.
According to some online sources, intellectual property is an intangible property that is the result of creativity, such as patents or trademarks or copyrights. And in some legal terms, it's defined as the ownership of ideas and control over the tangible or virtual representation of those ideas.
Basically, any creation of the mind, anything that is created by our brain, whether it's just there, it's IP already.
So when did the intellectual property of the Philippines start?
It was first established in 1947 with the Department of Commerce and Industry during the administration of Manuel Rojas. Then, in 1975, it changed its logo but still under the Ministry of Trade and Industry, as well as in 1987. Then, it eventually became an independent agency in 1997 under the administration of Fidel V. Ramos. Furthermore, Philippine government has made it a state policy to protect and promote intellectual property rights, which is enriched in 1973 and in 1987 constitutions, as to provide exclusive rights to these creations and explicitly mandate the state shall protect intellectual property. The Philippines also became a member of the World Intellectual Property Organization in 1980, as it was a signatory to a number of significant multilateral international agreements and treaties. Intellectual Property Code could also be found in the IP Office Philippines website and could serve as guidance for everyone and reference to certain cases that may be held at the Supreme Court. IP has several satellite offices around the Philippines, from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Today, their vision is an intellectual property conscious Philippines and a demystified, development-oriented, and democratized IP system by 2020, with the mission to work towards economic, technological, and socio-cultural development through communicating, enabling, and ensuring the effective use of the intellectual property system in all levels of society. As per organizational structure, the head is the Director General, who is supported by two Deputy Director Generals. One functions for the adjudication, registration, and administration, while the other functions for advocacy, policy, and international relations. The AFOPHIL, or also known as the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, has 7 bureaus: Bureau of Patent, Bureau of Trademarks, Bureau of Legal Affairs, Bureau of Documentation, Information and Technology Transfer, Bureau of Financial Management, Bureau of Information Services, and the newly established Bureau of Copyright.
It has several functions, and a few of their major functions are: 1. Grants patent or invention. 2. Registers utility model, industrial designs, integrated circuits, trademarks, service marks, and geographical indications. 3. Adjudicates administrative cases affecting intellectual property rights. 4. Resolves disputes relating to the terms of a license involving the author's right to public performance or other communication of his work. And 5. Coordinates with other government agencies and private sectors efforts to formulate and implement plans and policies to strengthen the protection of intellectual property rights. So these are just the 5 major functions of IPOPH. If you have any questions, just check out their website.
Now, let us define the services and procedures around IPO as per its office. What is patent? A patent is an invention that offers technical solutions to a problem in any field of human activity. It's an exclusive right granted for a product and process which is new, inventive, and useful. So what about utility model and industrial design? Utility model and industrial design practically have the same aspect of enhancing a certain product to make it even more useful. Utility model mainly focuses on function, while industrial design focuses on appearance. Let's now define copyright. What is copyright? Copyright is the legal protection extended to the owner of the rights in an original work, while original work refers to every production in the literary, scientific, and artistic domain. There are 2 types of copyright. First is the economic rights, so called because they enable the creator to obtain remuneration from the exploitation of his works by third parties such as reproduction, rental, public display, and more. Then is the moral rights, which makes it possible for the creator to undertake measures to maintain and protect the personal connection between himself and the work, such as right of attribution, right of alteration, and right of integrity, and more. And of course, what is trademark? Trademark is used by most businesses around the world, particularly when it comes to branding. It's a very important marketing tool that makes the public identify goods and services. Remember, marks cannot be registered if it's identical or similar to a registered mark. Consumers should not confuse your mark with the marks of others.
In your application form, what you need to submit is a reproduction of your mark. So if it's a hologram, for example, MasterCard and Visa, they have holograms in their cards. So those are actually separate trademarks that are registered in the Philippines. You don't have to give us, if you can give one of the holograms itself, that's good. We need around 5 copies of that. But if you're registering a hologram, what we would suggest is you could photocopy it, but you have to show the different sides of the hologram so that we have an idea how it will look if you do it this way, so that we can see it. So, and then 5 copies of that. If it's a word mark and it's not stylized, meaning there's no special font, there's no drawings, you could actually just write it down. We don't need a reproduction of that. For example, Abenson has registered just Abenson without the styling of the font that we recognize with the yellow background. Because some companies, what they do is they register the word mark and then they register the stylization itself. Now, the reason for doing that, it depends on your strategy, but the reason for doing that is that if later on Abenson wants to change the look of its logo, the look of its stores, they would still have Abenson registered, and then they could just simply drop how it looks.
The Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines is open to public, and they are also accessible online. You can simply check out their website www.ipophil.gov.ph for online applications, processes, fees, and guidelines. They cater to individual entities with very minimum income up to large companies.